Well, the U.S. response to Iran has been massive, but it's the hefty price tag that comes with it that's starting to raise eyebrows here at home. We heard the ambassador allude to just that. Operation Epic Fury has featured top tactical equipment, from missiles to fighter jets to massive military deployments. That all comes at a top dollar. It's not cheap. NewsNation's Alicia Nieves is tracking the numbers. Alicia, good morning. So how much is this war costing taxpayers so far? Again, we're only 8 days in.
We're only 8 days in, and it's hard to put an exact number. I can say a lot, but let me break down what we know so far. You know, Operation Epic Fury, the price tag is growing by the day. It began February 18th. It's already staggering and continuing to grow. Military analysts estimate that the U.S. is currently spending about $1 billion per day supporting operations related to this conflict, from airstrikes to defense systems and Navy deployments across the region. Not to mention the cost incurred before the first strike, repositioning U.S. forces to the Middle East, including more than a dozen ships and over 100 aircrafts. It's estimated to have cost taxpayers about $630 million alone, according to a former Pentagon official. And some of the biggest costs come from the weapons and equipments being used, right? An estimated 400 Tomahawk missiles have already been fired, each one costing $2.2 million. That alone is $880 million. And Hena, that does not include the cost of the operations or of operating some of the most advanced military hardware in the world. Just running 2 U.S. aircraft carrier strike groups, that costs about $18 million per day. And that's before you factor in, in-flight missions or munition, as we were just talking about a moment ago there.
You mentioned we don't know the exact dollar cost yet, and that makes complete sense. But is there, with so many different systems, is there any way to eventually know just how expensive this could get?
The American consumer and the taxpayer is definitely going to want to know that answer to your point here. Right now it's really just this estimate, and it's all depending on how long this operation actually lasts, right? We know that the U.S. is flying advanced aircrafts like the F-35s, F-22s, B-2 stealth bombers, some costing tens of thousands of dollars per hour just to operate. Last week, Kuwaiti forces also accidentally shot down those F-15 fighter jets in friendly fire in that incident. And thankfully, of course, everyone was ejected safely. That's the most important cost to focus on here. But each one of those fighter jets can cost as much as $117 million. That is an estimated total loss of $351 million. And on Friday, President Trump met with the CEO of major defense industry companies, after which he posted on social that the companies had agreed to quadruple production of, quote, exquisite class weaponry as quick as possible. And if that sounds expensive, it is. Last week, Speaker Mike Johnson told Politico that he expects the White House to formally request emergency funding to support this war, with Reuters reporting the administration officials could request up to $50 billion. So, Hena, until Defense Department officials release the full account, the price tag, we at least can say with certainty, is increasing every single day, every single hour.
And coming out of taxpayers' wallets.
Out of taxpayers'
Alicia Nieves, thanks for breaking down those numbers.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.